funny thing about Josh, so it was another moment in this game where he and Joe Mazzulla were, at one point, I forget what it was, but Josh came out, Joe pulls him aside, and they get into another discussion. There's always a discussion going on between those two. Joe is obviously coaching everybody, but he's coaching Josh hard. He's giving him, like, he's yelling. Josh screws up and he's giving him what are you doing, Josh? What is that? Josh fouled somebody. They were in the bonus. It was the fourth quarter. It was an unnecessary foul. And he got in, and Joe just looks at him, gives him the shrug, like, what are you doing? That's a dumb foul. And so I asked Josh after the game, and he was like, I love it because it means that he's paying attention to me. And I'm his focus. I'm his priority at that time. And I kind of think that Josh is good for Joe. Joe is good for Josh. Minott needs somebody to pay attention to him because he's spent his first few years in Minnesota where it probably feels like no one's giving a damn about me. Listen, when you're a guy like Josh Minott, who's probably been the best player, everywhere he's gone until he gets to the NBA, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm on the fringe of the NBA. I thought I was a great basketball player. And you have to be one of the best basketball players in the world to be on the fringes of the NBA. And he's sitting there saying, okay, how about helping me? How about making me a better player? And he's in Minnesota, and maybe he doesn't get the attention that he was hoping for. Now he's in Boston and fighting for his NBA life. And here's Joe Mazzulla getting on him, riding him, just constantly. No, this is where you're supposed to be. You got to do this. You got to do that. The Minnesota game where he was like, Josh, roll. When he was setting the pick and roll, and Josh didn't know what he was supposed to do. Josh is learning a new position. He's playing the 5, he's playing the 4, he's playing the 3. He's doing a lot of things in the NBA that he hasn't done before. And Joe is trying like hell to coach him up as the game is going on. A lot more in-game teaching that's going on. And Josh is like, yeah, I love it. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me. I want to be taught. And that, I think, is the best attitude, because it's not like I was taught early when a coach is yelling at you, it's because he thinks you can do something. If you screw up and the coach doesn't yell at you, you're either, a superstar, Jayson, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, because what's he going to do? And even then they might yell at you. But if you're a fringe player and the coach doesn't yell at you, then you probably be like, oh, damn, I better start packing my stuff, because he doesn't care and he isn't trying to teach me. He probably doesn't think I can do any better. So Joe getting on Josh, that's a sign of Joe saying, you are capable of all this stuff. I'm telling you, I'm coaching you to tell you to do all this stuff. And he does it in a way that Josh is like, yeah, let's go, bring it on. And he said, I will yell right back at him. We love each other. That's a great relationship. I think the Josh-Joe dynamic might be my favorite little side story of this season, because I think Joe relishes the opportunity to just really dig into a player like that. And I think Josh is so needing that guidance so he can be the best basketball player he can be and have a long career, have a meaningful career. And by the way, make a few more $1 million, right? This is a job. This is what he wants to do. This is an opportunity. You got a lottery ticket in your hand and they're telling you the winning numbers. Joe is telling you, these are the winning lottery numbers. Play those numbers. And you got to go out on the court. That's how you play those numbers, by doing it on the court. Set a pick, roll. That's one of the winning numbers, right? Get in there. Offensive rebound. That's also one of the winning numbers. Make the right play, make the right pass, protect the ball, don't turn it over. That's one of the winning numbers. You get enough of those, boom, winning lottery ticket. Here's $5 million, $10 million, or whatever. He's telling him, this is how you do it. So I love that dynamic.